Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin, the Mystic Messenger, with another message for today. Listen, I hope you're well. I hope you, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, I hope it's all good for you. And if it's not quite so good and you're not feeling quite so good, you can change it just by changing the way you think about it. So, before we get to the messages, I had a little nudge this morning. I have this journal that I do. I think I've told you before, at night I write down the reflections, what happened today, the insights, what I get from it. Yesterday I took myself on what seemed to be a walk forever, but it took about 45 minutes to an hour. I went about 5 miles. But it was glorious. The sun was out. I was taking it all in. I was just present to what was going on, listening to some great music. Anyway, I got home and reflected on that. And of course, this morning, before we get going with the day, it's like I start with gratitude. But this is a journal I found one of these bookstores. It's just an empty journal. Well, it's not empty now, but it's just a journal that I write into it, different things. Stay true to yourself. People respond to authenticity, which apparently is a quote by Barbara Streisand. But I'm pondering through the books and I'm looking at, what I wrote for, let's find one. February 20th, 2022, I wrote in it, what I give was also given to me. And what I share was also shared with me. What I took was taken from somebody to give to me, and what I leave was left for me. So I was thinking, okay, this is pretty powerful. We get and we give. We get and we give. We get from the left, we give to the right. We get from the left, we give to the right. It's just like breath. We get the oxygen in. We don't tell the universe, I want to buy more oxygen. I want to purchase more sunlight. I want to, what have you. Things like sunlight, moonlight, all this kind of stuff we take for granted. It just comes. What if that were to be the case with everything? What if we got to get joy, get happiness, get peace, get love? It all comes. We get it. And we get it, so we should give it. We get it, and what's left over we can give. What we don't use we can give. I don't know. I was just in that mode. Also listening to a couple of YouTube videos from some astrologers talking about how these transitions are hard. One person was talking about the conjuncts and the squares with the Saturn and the Aquarius and the this and the that. And I find it fascinating. And I've also noticed how I myself, in my human form, can fly down the rabbit hole and get into this. Oh, yes, we're going to experience this, and these solar flares are going to create that. And all of this mayhem and madness. And I suddenly thought to myself, whoa, that's a distraction. It's a distraction away from what we are here to do and experience. Yes, I am not taking away anyone's misery, anyone's trials and tribulations. It's there, it's everywhere. As my granny used to say, if you don't like what's on the television, turn it over. That's a way for changing the channel over there. Turn this over, it's changed channel. Or turn it off. Simple, easy. You can say a lot of things about a lot of people that is not lining up with what you want or what you're looking for, or denting your bliss. Putting a crimp in your day. And I keep getting reminded, we got the power to deliberately create what we want, how we want it. Yesterday also came with some frustrations. You know, I'm dealing with insurance. Don't get me started. What's covered isn't covered. I had a lovely conversation with somebody at a dental office with this very issue. And I said, what am I paying the insurance for? Out of network and not covered. And what is this then? What's the point? I think, gosh, it's a bit of a rip-off, isn't it? It really is a little bit of a, you got to pay a monthly amount of money for the possibility that something terrible could happen when something bad happens. We're just not going to pay it, but we want your money every month. Oh, it's madness. Anyway, that's the only way I can think of dealing with things that is madness. That's a bit like, I want you to take out an insurance policy on your hair just in case it all falls out. But then when it does fall out, well, there's nothing I can do about it because it all fell out. I'm sorry if you're experiencing that. I'm not mocking folks who have that issue. I'm just saying some of the things that occur to me are ludicrous madness. And I digress. Let's create the space, get to the cards and see what some might call this madness comes up. All right. Eyes down, heart open. Lift your eyes, your heart, your feeling, all that stuff upwards. All right, now. Big breath in. Release and let go of anything you don't want to be in your space. Breathe in love, peace, all that good stuff. Relax and deepen and let go of the stuff you don't need. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Yes, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you get in the rhythm of your breath, focus on your body. Press your feet into the earth. Give grace and gratitude for the Mother Earth for supporting everything you do, for supporting the foundations that are your life, for supporting the pillars that you hold here and now. And bring your attention up through your body from the inside. The light that you have, the light in your heart space, extends out to everything and everyone and joins up with the light that lives within the hearts of others. And lift your consciousness to the crown of your head into your soul star chakra, 8 inches above your head, that almost street lamp type of aura. And see this glistening, glittering light pouring down inside you, outside of you, and all around you. See yourself as a sphere, a bubble, an outline of light. The light can be whatever color you choose it to be, and it doesn't have to be one color, it can be many colors. Thank you, Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, for creating the two polar connections to the universe. Thank you, angels, ancestors, ascended masters, and those who come with the message. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know and what I need to share. I am willing to listen, I am willing to receive, and I give grace and gratitude for all the information. I set the intention that whatever is gained from the tools I use in this message be for the highest good of all beings in all realms. So it is and so shall it be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just keep that feeling that you are light, that you've got this light and this joy. In any given moment, you're at one with light and with joy everywhere. You know, it's our job to come here and be of light and be of joy. And when things happen, when the contrast comes, when the opposing forces, that is the person that cuts you off in the traffic, the person that jumps in line in front of you, when you are up against someone else's stuff, it's their stuff, not your stuff. Their intention isn't to hurt you. Even when you, and I've got them, even when you get the odd looks, I call them odd. You know, we used to call them dirty looks. Some might have said, you know, that person's, if looks could kill, blah, 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 blah. These are all things that got taught to us. All things that got pushed upon us. All attitudes that we adopted, right? I adopted it. Maybe you've adopted it. And this is where we get to be in deliberate creation of that change. Somebody might look at you in a way that's not particularly pleasant. But what would happen if the world went around with a smile splattered all over their face? Which reminds me of, you know, I'm going to get ratchet and real. You know, some of these social media pictures that people post, I don't know them, so I'm not judging. And some I do know, and maybe that's like, oh, really? Seriously? Okay, all right. And they put these smiles on their faces, and they look, and they pose, and all of it. I mean, maybe some people could call this, what I'm doing, the same. No, it's not the same. I have an intention every morning to come here to try to flip it, to try to lift it, to try to lighten the load, to try to make people see something that's real in me might be real within you. What I'm talking about is the authenticity. And when someone comes at you with that scowl on their face, or maybe they want you out of the way because you're not going fast enough, that's on them, not on you. And I was making a point with what would happen if somebody was going around with a smile, happy, joy plastered all over them. You know, that can really seriously annoy people. When you're in a happy, joy, giggly mood, some people just can't handle that. They can't take it. So what are you supposed to do? Not be that way? I don't know. I think it's all about integrity and all about respect. But I don't want to get on the mismanners train. Let's get to the cards and see what they have to say. Because you know the angels and the ancestors have got something to say. This happens to be a candle holder, in case you were wondering what all that crystally stuff is. I found it at one of those home goods stores. I'm often finding things. Now this is a candle I like to use each day when I'm doing these things. I do like that candle. It smells rather nice. It's got some kind of tobacco. Oh, I'm going off tangent here. I'm all over the place today. Anyway, all right. I'm using Carl Gray's Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards with images by Lily Moses. Now, these were both published by Hay House. You can get them at hayhouse.com, or just go to carlgray.co.uk and he'll show you a link where to get them. Let's see who our guardian is today. The Water Guardian. Now, this one showed up on Monday. Connect with your emotions. Well, we've just been talking about that. And all week I've been dealing with water. The drain, still not draining. We'll see what happens today. I've got someone coming to look at something else today. Blockages. Where in my life am I blocked? Connect with your emotion. connect with your feelings, get clear with how you feel, and then be in the deliberate creation of changing them. Every emotion, every feeling, everything that is going on is temporary and it's moving through. We have the power to make the changes just by what we think. Let's see what happens here with, now this group is Radleigh Valentine's Oracle cards. Marius Michael George is the illustrator. So let's see what the Oracle cards have in store. Big happy changes. Ooh. Well, now I'm trying to get a message from this. That's why I'm pausing. How can we connect with your emotions and your feelings, get clear with that, and big happy changes? I would say then this means be truthful and authentic with your feelings about how you truly feel. Put them out there. And if it is something that's coming up that brings about big happy changes, that must mean that you're in a transitional period. I think personally that if you are experiencing some really, really difficult situations, challenging situations, they're being shown for a reason. They're coming up to make those changes, to make the big happy changes, to choose that joy. Because we wouldn't want to sit in that soup of sadness and debauchery. So see how you feel about things, see what you know about things, and connect with how you think about things, and then seek to make changes that create the big happy changes. But I'm going to read from this guidebook what the big happy changes say, because this is intriguing to me. Let's see, where are they? It's this one. Be positive. Changes are coming into your life. You may find yourself on a new career path, entering a new relationship, or moving into a new home or city. Embrace these exciting events, knowing that your angels will be beside you all the way. What you are asking about may require you to take steps of faith that, turn the page, seem frightening or beyond your ability to trust. Trust that the opportunities before you are meant to bring you happiness. These options would not have been presented unless you were ready for them. Release your fears and follow your heart. Wow. So the Water Guardian pops up to tell us to be aware of our feelings, to look at our feelings, to study our feelings, and know, just as I said a few minutes ago, whatever you're facing that's a challenge, whatever you're facing that might seem in the morning to be cloudy and stormy, change is coming. Big happy changes are coming. The tough stuff, the difficult situations, the things that are presenting themselves are here to move through something bigger, to get past it. I think and I hope that that makes sense. And now I feel like I'm waffling on. Listen, thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for paying attention. I love you, I love you, I love you. And until next time, be well, be blessed, and be glorious. Bye.